growing up, did Hershey's and Yingling loom large for you?
Yeah, I probably went to Hershey Park like 30 times as a kid. It's like an hour and a half from where I grew up. I saw some of my first concerts there, including Dave Matthews Band in 1994.
Because they have like an amphitheater at Hershey Park?
They do. Actually, it's one of the famous shows that Radiohead opened for Alanis Morissette was at Hershey Park.
So you're telling me Tom York has been to Hershey, PA?
He's been to Hershey, PA, for sure.
I wonder if Radiohead got the VIP factory tour.
There's a song they play on the factory tour that's pretty legendary. I hope they worked it into one of their songs later.
What are some of the lyrics? It's like an original composition about Hershey's.
Hershey's chocolate's a Hershey's chocolate world. Wherever you go, no matter how far, you're always near a Hershey bar.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And have you ever tasted like a hot off the presses Reese's peanut butter cup?
No, I haven't. One time I did the tour, and one of the big draws of the Hershey Park tour is that they give you like a full-size candy bar at the end. This is probably the last time I went. It was like in the mid-90s, and they gave me a Desert Storm bar, which was the candy bar created to withstand high temperatures.
Oh, wait. I feel like this briefly came up when we were researching because, Reese's peanut butter cups have different formulas in the summer and winter.
Yeah.
And I feel like this came up at some time in our research. I don't think we really talked about it too much on the show. So this was during the Gulf War. Even the American summer formula wasn't enough to withstand that real intense Iraqi heat.
Exactly. And I remember it came in like a tan wrapper. It had like a military look. Yeah.
Did it say like Desert Storm Bar?
That's what it was called, I'm pretty sure.
When I typed in Desert Storm Hershey Bar, the first thing that comes up on Google is one for sale on eBay. They're asking for $24.95 plus $3.50 shipping. It says condition used. I don't know what that means. And it ships from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Did it cross your mind as a kid when they gave you that? Weren't you kind of like, I really think this should be with a soldier in Iraq right now? Like, why did they have them back home?
I was more concerned with the fact that I wanted a new candy bar that had recently come out that had M&Ms inside of a chocolate bar, and I got the Desert Storm bar instead. And I just remember being super disappointed and putting it straight in the trash, which might be the most disrespectful thing to the troops.
You should have mailed it. Whoa. Oh my God. Also looking on eBay. I love that a significant element of Time Crisis now is just listening to people look at eBay. But I found, so that was one for $35. Here's one. It's in California, so it'll get there faster. This is a lot of 33 1991 Hershey's Desert Bar Gulf War chocolates. They're asking $585. But if you use PayPal credit, you could do $51 a month for 12 months.
Do I only get a certain number per month too as I pay, or do I get them all at once?
Oh, if the seller's smart, they won't give you them all at once.
Those are 29-year-old candy bars.
Yeah, made to withstand the elements.
Ooh, here's one that's in the actual box.
Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm both ended before Hershey was even done producing the desert bars. Only 144,000 bars even made it to the Middle East. It sold the defunct MREs as novelty items until the supplies ran out and then discontinued the bar entirely.
Wow.
Is there a 2003 Iraq War bar?
Just bring them back with a new label.
Right.
Okay, now I'm remembering how somebody sent us an email. Apologies to whoever sent us this email. Seinfeld, maybe you do a number crunch. Who sent us the email about Hershey's making bars for the military? Because as I go deeper, now I'm seeing World War II era Hershey's bars that were branded as Hershey's Tropical Chocolate. That also they were probably sending to, like the Pacific Theater, maybe North Africa, and these say tropical. So I guess there's a long history of Hershey's changing their formula to send to the troops fighting in hot places.
Wait, so Daniel, have you tried the Hershey's Yingling?
No, I was saving it for Time Crisis.
Oh, you haven't taken a sip yet. Let's move on from the military chocolate industrial complex.
Wait. I do want to say, I want to say, no. Just because you asked.
Yes.
Kevin Paschal is his name. And I only feel urgently that I should say, because this was just an incredible email. It was just one of those 1,000-word bangers that gets into this whole anthropological background. And is
Okay.
worth reading maybe at some point, but not today. Anyway.
All right,
No,
shout
go
out
for
to
it.
Kevin. Is there anything we missed?
We're never going to get to it later. This is the time.
I mean, did you talk about Army Quartermaster Colonel Paul Logan?
No, was this his idea?
Yeah, he asked Hershey to develop a bar that was 4 ounces, able to withstand high temperatures, high caloric value, and taste better than a boiled potato.
Oh my God. Can't you already see like the kind of late period Disney movie of this where Tom Hanks plays like Mr. Hershey and John Hamm or something plays, wait, what's the quartermaster's name?
Quartermaster Colonel Paul Logan.
Yeah, John Hamm is Quartermaster Colonel Paul Logan, and he like gets off like the military plane in Hershey, PA, and he comes in, he's just like, "Sir, do you love your country?" And Tom Hanks is like, "The only thing I love more than chocolate is my country, sir." And he's like, "We're in dire need of chocolate that won't melt." It's kind of like a feel-good PG Disney historical film. I mean, what am I even thinking of? I'm like taking this from something, but it seems like when America was at war.
Well, it's
you
like
know?
every other Tom Hanks film.
Right.
You know, the story that's not told is that the World War II bar was sarcastically nicknamed Hitler's secret weapon because the oat flour and the chocolate
Movie
made the bar
title.
made the bars so dense that soldiers couldn't even bite into them. And a lack of sugar also rendered the chocolate almost too bitter to be edible. And it caused constipation and made everybody feel awful.
Oh no, that's why Disney didn't make the movie, is because
Yeah.
the Hershey company almost lost the war for the Allies.
Yeah, that's not a movie. That's a good, like, 8-part podcast.
Okay, so it's either a podcast or maybe it's like an HBO miniseries, like a Mildred Pierce HBO period miniseries. It all takes place in Hershey, PA. You know, and also, Daniel, back me up, a lot of German heritage in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I grew up in what some people would describe as, like, Amish country, kind of. There's a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch people and Amish people around. Definitely a huge German influence on, like, beer culture, food culture, and everything
Right, hence
there.
the beer and all the good food. So you could also imagine that there's like some weird about like there's a German immigrant guy and he just got a job at the Hershey factory, but he has like this heavy German accent. He actually is like a good dude, and he's like, I want nothing more than to serve America. America, I love you. But then like everybody else is like, I don't know if we can trust you, man. And then there really is actually a Nazi spy, but it's like some other dude, and you probably like learn some heartwarming lesson about don't judge a book by its cover or something like that. And that guy actually was putting the constipation and
He's a double agent chocolatier.
I mean, there was sabotage happening at American factories. Why wouldn't they have made it to Hershey, PA?
And then a title card at the end that just says 100 years later, a chocolate beer was developed using the technology.
The technology is still being used today.